Alright then. Unified against the mastermind, Kikichi, the students must survive a class trial without knowing the murderer. Or the victim? Or the victim. An unpredictable trial begins. Alright, so between the time I finished the investigation and started this, I went back to chapter 1 as Kaede and I did some more free times. And now, to my glory, I have 31 fragments to spend. So, let's see, what can we use? Makes theoretical shake less effective during non-stop debates. I don't really have a problem with that. Downshift, don't need it. Abracadabra, after enough time, the correct truth bullet will be shown, effective during non-stop mass panic debate and rebuttal showdown. Don't really need that. Neural liberation, the focus gauge drains slow while concentrating during fever time. Effective during all parts. Yeah, I'll get that. Go on. Cool. I would want to get this as well, but I can't get it. Machine gun, mind's eye, reveals V points, effective during non-stop mass panic. Sure. It's only 4, so I may as well. Silences all conversations except those radical is on, effective during mass panic debate. Instantly silences loud noises, effective during mass panic debate. That could be nice. First right, the keyword in the first speaker's argument will be shown from the start. The entire screen will light up more frequently. What won't I need then? Reduce the shock when an obstacle is hit, effective during side taxi. Don't need that. Increase the amount of letter cubes that can be acquired at once. Fire of Life and Death makes it easier to push the opponent back during Blade Lock. Removes the time penalty for breaking a non-erasable piece. Definitely. Oh, okay. Can't get that. Whoops. I need to do one more free time. I'll be good there. So, let's begin, shall we? In session, class trial.
Ahem! Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
Oh, all the monarch cubs are gone.
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate.
Graduation is meaningless here. We already know that. We don't need your rules anymore. We'll find our own reasons to live. And we'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Wow! An actual talking robot! I've never seen one of those before.
Seriously?
What happened to Kokichi? Why isn't he here?
Aw, don't make that face, killer. This case has some unique circumstances.
Unique circumstances?
Yeah, like how we don't know who the victim is, we don't know who the murderer is, my cords are all tied up now, so it's really annoying me. God damn it.
Because for this murder, the victim's identity is completely unknown. Given these circumstances, I decided to start off this class trial while the victim is still anonymous. After all, it'd be a shame if I let such a rare opportunity go to waste.
Is that possible? I thought everyone had to participate in the class trial.
Don't worry, the person who's still alive is waiting behind the scenes for their cue. It's all part of the overall production. Anyway, let's get this trial moving!
So Monocum is allowing
we have
that.
no choice but to start the trial under these conditions.
What's there to even talk about? The Blackened is the mastermind, Kokichi.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of too.
It's too soon to decide anything for certain. We don't even know if Kaito was the victim.
long are you going to say that? The victim is Kaito. End of discussion.
But we need to be absolutely sure. If we don't positively identify the victim, the other person will never show themselves, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Before we can identify a suspect,
Finally untangled
we
it.
need to determine who the victim is.
Why are we even talking about something so obvious? What a pain.
Everyone thinks that Kaito is the victim, but I have my doubts. There's a chance Kaito is still alive. If we keep discussing the case, I'm sure we'll see the truth. It's probably gonna be like, because Kokichi's, what the hell, how did I forget his name? Kokichi's clothes.
The
Yeah, there
victim
it is.
has to be Kaito.
Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi, so he could have killed him whenever he wanted.
And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it. So the victim must be Kaito.
And the culprit must be Kokichi!
We lost a really good guy today. Kazing! If only mages could cast revive spells.
There's no evidence that allows us to confirm the victim of the survivor. It's too early to declare who the victim is.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it.
Ah,
It
damn it.
must be Kaito. Kokichi can't be the victim because
There's no evidence for it.
That's wrong! I have evidence that points to Kokichi being the victim. I found this in the hangar.
Is that Kokichi's coat?
Yes, and look here. There are bloodstains on the sleeve. That would indicate that Kokichi suffered an external injury, correct?
Kokichi was injured.
The fact that these were flushed down the toilet implies that they are evidence of a crime.
what about it? Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. As long as we have that evidence, there's no doubt that Kaito was the one murdered.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those irrefutable evidence thingies.
Ever since she found the body in the hangar, Maggie's insisted that it's Kaito. But why is that? I thought we had an understanding. I thought she'd want to believe Kaito is still alive. Either way, it seems Maki is hung up on Kaito's clothes. In the case, I need to demonstrate the flaw in relying on that evidence. If I do that, I think she'll realize there's a chance that Kaito's alive.
Actually, there's something bothering me about the clothes found in the hydraulic press.
Yeah? What about them?
There's something peculiar about those clothes. The sleeve of the jacket.
That's it! Why was only the sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press? If Kaito had been crushed by the press, the sleeve shouldn't have been empty.
I think what happened was, if we're going to go with the thought that that Kokichi was killed, I think Kaito was given the crossbow probably by Maki asking Himiko or something, and then Kaito used it to try to hurt Kokichi, and then something must have happened. Because I don't think Kaito would have killed Kokichi. I don't think he would have wanted to do that. He was probably forced to for some reason. And what he probably did was put his coat around Kokichi. I don't know why he would have done that. But then again, he would have had to put his coat over Kokichi before he did the crossbow thing. So maybe Kokichi took his coat and was wearing it. As like, oh, I'm too short for this coat, so I'm just going to have it around me. That kind of like a cape. I don't know.
There should have been an arm inside the sleeve as well. So the fact that we found an empty sleeve should...
Shall I kill that logic?
That was quiet. Huh?
You're dumber than I thought if I have to go out of my way to explain it to you. If you can't even see that, then be quiet. Otherwise, you're just annoying me.
Alright then.
the coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press is rather telling. It couldn't have been anyone else but Kaito. If you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
Maki, you look even more murderous than usual. I need to do well with this fate. I think she's
The
actually
coat
gonna
sleeve
kill me.
sticking out of the hydraulic press is rather telling. It couldn't have been anyone else but Kaito. If you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
Advance.
I wasn't looking hard enough. What do you mean?
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already, otherwise you're getting in the way.
Maki's claim appears pretty solid, but I know that it's not. She's wrong. We can't conclude Kaito is dead on that evidence.
He always dressed himself in a rather...
Kaito's coat. When the blow was discovered, only the left sleeve was sticking out from the hydraulic press. A single small hole can be seen where the sleeve is sticking out. Do I have to do that?
odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the
damn it.
hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand that Bequat dressed himself in a rather odd manner, he never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, he never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press always dressed himself in a rather odd manner, he never put his arms through his coat sleeves.
Wait, what did you say? For all the time you spent together, you still don't know anything about him.
I was wrong!
Wait, really? I thought it was Kaito's coat. Kaito's coat.
He always dressed himself in a rather odd
whoops, I was on the
manner.
wrong one.
His coat sleeves. Never put his arms through his coat sleeves.
There we go.
I'll cut through your words! Yes, it's true. Kaito never put his arm through his sleeve. But that was just his right arm. He wore his left sleeve normally. And the left sleeve was the one we found outside the press. Knowing how Kaito wore his coat, that's awfully strange, isn't it?
Then maybe neither of his arms were through the sleeves.
Huh?
It's a possibility. In the end, your reasoning is full of holes. Stop getting in my way. I have to defeat Kokichi.
Maki, what's going on? Seems you've made up your mind that Kaito is definitely dead. Why would you do that?
It's like Maki said, though. Kaito's gotta be the victim. Because if Kokichi, the mastermind, was dead, the killing game would be over.
Yeah, that's true.
Monokuma, hurry up and bring Kokichi here. We already know who the victim is.
Huh? Already? You sure it's not too soon?
We need the suspect present, now that he's the subject of our discussion.
Gotcha. I guess I'll bring him out now. Hey, Mr. Suspect! That's your cue!
He's in the Exisal.
An exisal?
What? Why is an exisal here?
We have a new trial member!
Whoops, my bad.
It's
Seems like
Kaito.
I gave you guys a scare, huh?
What is this?
Kaito's voice?
Kaito?
There was a lot going on, so I just hid in an exisal and kind of dozed off. And that's why I'm so late. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
Oh, hold on. Then the one that died wasn't Kaito.
Stupid! That was just a lie!
I hate you, Monokuma. I hate you so bloody hard right now.
You guys thought I died? I would never! No way!
Kokichi?
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry.
Wow, that's old. How old are you?
I thought as much. Your appearance right now is fit for a lowly asshole like you.
You're making me blush. You're getting so angry over me.
Is that really you, Kokichi?
That's right, Crackerjack.
Seriously, how old are you?
Then why are you hiding in there? Show yourself!
Oh, this is more for self-defense. Little Miss Cranky Pants would kill me if I showed myself.
She doesn't
I understand how you guys must feel. You can't believe it because I'm like this, right? That's what I thought. In that case, I brought evidence.
Evidence?
Ta-da! The video camera. It was in the warehouse, but I brought it to the hangar, just in case. Man, that was a smart move. Thanks to this, I filmed it so everyone could see it clearly. The moment the victim died.
What did you say?
Alrighty then. Let's watch this shocking moment. Hey, Monokuma. Can you connect the video camera to the monitor?
Roger that!
Monokuma grabbed the camera from the Excel, hooked it up to the courtroom's monitor, and played the tape for us. Oh boy. Wait. So I'm going to be putting a photo, you're already going to see it, overlay photo of the first frame of that video. Have a look at the guy's face. I'm going to have a look at it myself right now.
Huh? Kaito?
This is terrible. Why would something like this?
I saw it through my fingers. The moment Kaito was crushed. I'm gonna...
By the way, I'd like to add that this footage has not been doctored in any way. This video camera only has the basic functions. Just the play, record, and pause buttons, so you can't edit after filming it. And of course, I didn't upload it to a computer to edit it either. Right, Monokuma? Oh, you can talk. Your answer is necessary for a fair discussion.
I see. If it's necessary for a fair discussion, then I will answer. No trace of that footage was found on any of the computers inside the Academy.
See? If it wasn't connected to any computer, then editing the footage would be impossible.
No computers in the Academy.
Which means this footage is 100% real.
If that's the case, then it would seem our suspicions can be lifted. The body we found inside the hangar, crushed in the hydraulic press, is definitely Kaito.
I don't believe it. There's gotta be something wrong here. Was that really him?
Poor Kaito. I can't believe he died such a horrible death. I can't believe he died with his guts and his brain splattered all over that machine.
Stop it! Now I'm starting to not feel well.
That's probably because I used my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
I know that's a joke, but the thought of it...
I wonder. I just randomly thought of this. But if you were to clamp... Like, for example, imagine someone was laying in that hydraulic press, like, straightened up, nothing to their sides, no arms extended and their legs extended. and you were to clamp the sides beside them, and then you were to squish them, would the blood stop you from being able to press any further? Because the blood wouldn't be able to go anywhere else. I'm sorry, I have a weird mind. Kokichi had no reason to kill Kaito. He had just told us that he was the mastermind, that the killing game was over. So what would he gain by killing Kaito?
It looks like you finally believe that I'm the one in this exasol.
Yes. With that, we can definitively say that the culprit is you.
Huh? Why?
You filmed the moment the victim died, which means you were present at the scene. As the person who filmed this footage, you're the only one who could be the culprit.
But if the culprit shot the video, why would they go out of their way to show it?
Oh man, you got me! Yeah, I'm the culprit.
What?
Jeez, I totally dug my own grave. Here's the truth. I decided to participate in this trial in an exasol after I killed Kaito. Of course, it was mostly to make the victim unknown. To jazz up this trial, I took that footage for proof so I could reveal it after you guys get the correct answer. But I totally spaced out. I wasn't supposed to show it right away.
So does that mean you admit to the crime?
Oh, man. I dug my own grave again? Well, I don't think you guys will believe any of the excuses I make now. So, I give up.
We're giving up? Does that mean it's been decided?
Is it okay that this trial was so short?
That's fine. We knew from the very start that Kokichi was the killer.
You may want to think again.
But before we vote, I want to say something to Kokichi. You may be the mastermind, but I won't let you escape after you violated the rules. That would desecrate the killing game Junko Enoshima created, right? Your beloved Junko Enoshima.
Junko?
Whatever. It's voting time now. Let's go before Kokichi changes his...
No, hold on a second. This isn't right. The
There we
culprit
go.
comes in, confesses to the crime, and the trial ends? That's not how this goes. That doesn't sound like the kind of game Kokichi or Monokuma or Junko would play.
What if the mastermind got tired of it? The remnants of despair were like that.
No, if they were tired of it, they wouldn't have put all that effort into the video. There would have been no need for this class trial in the first place. Something's not right. We need to get a better feel for the situation. I think Kokichi has some sort of plan. He's trying to trap us.
Trap us? Are you saying Kokichi isn't the culprit? Then, are you suggesting one of us is the culprit?
What?
If it's not Kokichi, then the culprit must be one of us.
One of us?
That's not possible!
No, I didn't say that. I was just saying it's dangerous to trust Kokichi.
Shuichi is so distrusting. But it's exactly like Shuichi said. I'm actually not the culprit.
Seriously?
What? But that contradicts what you said previously.
Yuppers, that was a lie. Sorry. The real culprit of this case. I pretended
Whoops.
to be the...
The real culprit of this case is super bad at hiding themselves, so I thought I could help. I pretended to be the culprit by using the footage and made it made the game more interesting.
culprit by using the footage. It made the game more interesting, too.
Are you serious?
What's the truth and what's a lie? I don't know anymore.
It's fine, because Kokichi is the culprit. He killed Kaito. No matter how much he deceives us, it won't change our minds. The footage shows he did it. Kokichi has to be the only option.
The only option? Is that really true? Are we just going to leave it at that?
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
Kaito got crushed to death. What a horrible video.
Whoever committed that crime was with Kaito in the hangar.
which just leaves Kokichi then.
Then the culprit is...
Kokichi Oma, the mastermind of this entire killing game. And Kaito's killer.
Kokichi killed Kaito with the hydraulic press. That's conscientious. But is that even possible?
There's no doubt that
No,
Kokichi...
the safety.
We all saw that footage...
Kaito got...
Crushed to death.
That's wrong! The safety function would make it impossible to kill Kaito with the press.
The safety function.
Yes, it was written on the safety precautions. The hydraulic press will automatically stop if its infrared sensor detects a living organism.
So the hydraulic press won't move at all if there's a living person under it?
Which is why it couldn't have been used to kill Kaito.
Which means it's more likely that Kaito was crushed after being killed by some other means.
So what we saw in that video, he was already dead by then?
But you could disable the infrared sensor of the safety function with an electro bomb.
No, I don't think Kokichi would use an electro bomb for that purpose. It would have taken down the hangar's alarm system and Exosol's remote control.
It would have put Kokichi at a significant disadvantage.
But you can't be too sure I wouldn't do that. I'm the type who would do anything for fun.
Also, we don't have any evidence of a different murder method other than the hydraulic
No, we do. I have a plausible theory for the murder.
What?
Yes, there's a clue that suggests the victim was killed before being crushed. I found it somewhere around the hydraulic press. It was the poison. Oh, and what is it? Okay, sorry. I got the name right, but it was a different thing. Small empty bottle. Oh. Poison around the label. Various kinds of poisons, they aren't all necessarily fatal.
No!
Oh. What's the crossbows, then? There should have been evidence of the body being carried in the hydraulic press. Was there any evidence? Really? Then the arrows! There are 3 arrows in the bathroom. And there should have been evidence of the body being carried to the... I am confused. Like, what? Bloodstains in the bathroom? What does that prove? Kaito was killed by some other means. His body would have been moved to the press. It is unfortunate that my allergy kept me from investigating more thoroughly.
Oh no!
God damn it, what the hell are you thinking, Shuichi? Swipe pattern bloodstain? What's the question? What clue suggests that the cause of death was not the crushing by the hydraulic press?
This is it!
Okay, that makes sense then.
There was a swipe pattern bloodstain in the hangar, suggesting a body was dragged. The bloodstain goes from the bathroom all the way to the press.
Oh, that was the restroom where Kaito was being held, wasn't it?
Bloodstains were also found inside the bathroom. That can't be coincidence.
So Kaito was killed in the restroom, then dragged to the press and crushed?
If the bloodstain even was Kaito's.
What?
We only guessed that Kaito was killed in the bathroom. Since his body was crushed, we'll never know if Kaito died some other way.
We might not be able to examine the body, but we do have evidence that suggests the cause of death.
There! The small hole on the sleeve of Kaito's coat is the key to his cause of death.
The small hole? No. There is no way that hole's got anything to do with a weapon. I'll hit you with my everything you buy will go on sale the next day curse.
Himiko, what's wrong? Why are you freaking out all of a sudden?
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying it's impossible for the weapon to be that small.
No, it's not impossible. I can show you. The weapon that left a small hole on Kaido's sleeve was the... Okay, which one are you going to ask me for? Are you going to ask me the crossbow? Or the 3 arrows? Okay, it's going to be the crossbow then.
This is it! I believe the
Weapon was the crossbow.
A crossbow arrow would certainly leave a hole that small. Can we then conclude that Kaito was shot with that crossbow? If so, that crossbow just might be the actual murder weapon used to kill Kaito.
I see. It's so surprising that a crossbow is the murder weapon.
Seriously, Himiko, what's wrong?
She probably needs to pee. Anyway, about Kaito getting shot. If that was his cause of death, then I wonder who shot him with the crossbow. Well, I already know, but I won't tell you.
He's just playing with us.
Then let's show him that playtime is over. Let's show him that the students of Hope's Peak Academy will never submit to despair.
Hope? Despair?
He really has no idea.
I wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow. What a mystery, right guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
No.
We couldn't go in the hangar. The alarm system and electric barrier were in the way.
If we couldn't go in the hangar, and Kokichi had been in there, then he must be the one.
I see, so I'm the culprit.
Kaido would have been in there, but the murder weapon was a crossbow. Knowing that we should be able to visualize the
I
murder.
wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow. What a mystery!
Who else but you could...
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
That's wrong! Even without going in the hangar, it was possible to land a shot with a crossbow. There was a window in the bathroom of the hangar. Maybe it wasn't possible to get in, but you could have shot through the window. And remember that Kaito was confined to the bathroom.
So if they shot Kaito through the window, they could have... Which means the murder suspect list grows to 6 people, including me!
What did you say?
But put plainly, that means...
It seems Shuichi wants to make one of us the culprit. Is that it? Is that what a detective does?
Huh?
Do detectives always accuse people, even when they're friends? It seems like it. You suspected Kaito in the previous class trial, too. You're always suspicious of your friends.
What's wrong, Maki? You seem like you're kind of on edge.
Of course I am. When we said we would defeat the remnants of despair, someone got in our way.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to...
It doesn't matter how much you get in my way. I will absolutely defeat Kokichi. I won't let despair escape. I won't let it win.
Now, let's stop this boring fight and continue on with the not-so-boring trial. So we all agree that the murder could be done by anyone and not just me, right?
That might be true, but I didn't know about the window.
Neither did I.
Really, Himiko? What's the matter? You've been weird since we mentioned small holes.
What? Are you after my small hole too?
See? Well, that's definitely weird.
Look at it this way. Just because the culprit could be anyone, not everyone is a suspect. We can pretty much narrow it down to anyone who knew about the crossbow.
I never knew about any crossbows. In other words, I'm not suspicious. There's no way you can consider me.
It does concern me that Himiko went to the hangar last night.
There it goes.
Whoa, really? You went to the hangar, Himiko?
Yes, she did. I definitely saw her.
You were watching me?
It's awfully suspicious that you went to the hangar last night. Okay, then the culprit is Himiko.
Wait! Don't say it's me! Maki's more suspicious than I am.
What?
That crossbow came from your research lab, right? You could have gotten that crossbow whenever you wanted.
Anyone could have gone to her research lab, though. She's not the only.
I don't know about that. She's definitely the most suspicious. Even if you make that scary face at me, I'm not gonna get scared.
Because if you start panicking, then we'll know that you're the culprit.
I said I'm not the culprit! Kokichi's the suspicious one! Maki too! They're both the culprits!
Why am I a suspect? Anyone could have entered my research lab.
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm suspicious. Okay, maybe I am the culprit. Maybe
Yes,
I'm the culprit!
Culprit!
Here we go.
I'm the number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
Oh yeah.
The crossbow at the crime scene did not come from me.
There's a good
Anyone
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from her
there.
research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
I'm
actually-
the number one suspect.
Kokichi did it,
I'm the
of
one who
course.
shot Kaito.
We should look at their inconsistencies and testimony. There's a lie there somewhere.
Why am I being
Number
number
one
one
suspect,
culprit?
because I was in the hangar.
The crossbow at the crime
my
scene
magic.
What do you
did
mean?
not come
Explain
from me.
your magic.
There's a good
Anyone
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from
there.
her
matter at
research
all.
lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
I'm the number one suspect.
Kokichi did it.
I'm the one who shot Kaito.
Interesting.
Why am I
I'm the
being
number
number
one
one
suspect,
culprit?
because I was in the hangar.
The crossbow at the crime scene
Crossbow at the crime scene
did not come from me.
did not come from me.
there's a good
Anyone
magic
could have
source
gotten
around
it
Anyone
from
could have
her
got it
research
from
lab.
our research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
I'm
actually-
the number one suspect.
Kokichi did it,
I'm
of
the one who
course.
shot Kaito.
Hmm.
I went
Right before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen. She had a black bag with her on the way, but she didn't have it when she came back.
I'm the number
Why
one
am I
suspect,
treated like
because
the
I was in
culprit?
the hangar.
Did not come from me.
There's a good magic source around there. So I went
Then
there
who
empty-handed.
Suspect.
Oh, whoops. By empty-handed, I don't assume I was talking about Ark. Yeah.
I was wrong.
Okay, there's only one other
Number
thing
one
then.
suspect, because I was in the hangar.
I was only replenishing my magic.
What do you mean?
Then
it's
explain the
from her
crossbow.
magic?
There's a good
Anyone
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from her
there.
research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
I'm the
actually-
number one suspect.
Kokichi did it,
I'm
of
the one who
course.
shot Kaito.
Interesting. I really don't know what it is. One was in the storage with the cockpit closed, the other one was in the middle of the hangar with its hatch open and its cockpit exposed. There is enough space in the cockpit for one person. There is an electronic lock on the hatch that only the monocubs can open. Very curious. Large closed. The case that had a disassembled crossbow in it. The crossbow does not fit in the case unless it is disassembled. Found in the corner of the bathroom, label is stained with blood, so the only visible word is poison. Determined to have come from the Ultimate Detective's research lab. She black bag with her on the way, but she didn't have it when she came back. The day before the body was discovered, the extras surrounding Monokuma in the courtyard were given commands to observe the movements via the remote, the control Kokichi had. There are many poisons lined up on the shelves in the Ultimate Detective's research lab. Out of all of them, only the Strike 9 poisoned bottle had less poison in it. It takes time for Strike 9 to fully take effect, but it is 100% fatal even if it is a small amount enters the body. But I don't know which one it is. Like, holy hell. Do I have to lie?
You are the culprit.
My magic.
Then explain the crossbow.
There's a good
I know I
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from her
there.
research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
actually
The number one suspect.
Kokichi did
I'm
that.
the one who shot Kaito.
Look at their inconsistencies in the testimony. There's a lie there somewhere. Oh boy.
Why am I being
Number
labeled
one
as the
suspect.
culprit?
Because I was in the hangar.
If you are the
using
culprit,
my magic.
What do you mean?
then
not
explain the
punishing
crossbow.
magic?
There's a good
I know I
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from her
there.
research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
actually
The number one suspect.
Kokichi did
I'm the one who shot Kaito.
So, this is so annoying.
I'm the number one suspect. Because I was in the hangar.
You are the
using
culprit.
my
I
magic.
was only practicing my magic.
What do you mean?
Then
not
explain the
punishing
crossbow.
What do you mean? Replenishing your magic?
Good magic source around there.
There's a good magic source around that
So
area.
I went
Then
there
who
empty-handed.
So I went there empty-handed.
Kokichi
And I
did
left
The one who
empty
shot
handed.
Kaito.
How can we prove that wrong? I don't see how we can prove that that Kokichi didn't do it. I don't see how that's possible. Or can I? I think we can, actually. The two extras at the scene of the crime. One was in the storage, the other was in the middle of the hangar with its hatch open, its cockpit exposed. There was enough space in the cockpit for one person. There's an electronic lock on the hatch that only the minor cups can open.
Why am I?
Hang on, I need to look through these. Small empty bottle found in the corner of the bathroom. Label is stained with blood, so the indivisible blood is poison. The night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen go into the hangar and come back before the Exels returned. Exels protecting Monokuma.
Hangar, but
Because I was in the
I
hangar.
was only
Hatch's electronic lock. I'm trying to think of what the lie would be if I did lie.
Not punishing him.
I wish it would tell you.
Magic.
there's a good magic source around there.
Not at all.
So I went
Then
there
who
empty-handed.
Oh, you can't lie in these.
Kokichi.
Oh, well, that makes it a little easier, but a little harder at the same time. If you look at their inconsistencies in her testimony, that's a lie. Night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen going to the hangar. She had a black bag with her on the way there, but she didn't know when she came back.
Why am I?
The day before the body was discovered, the Exels surrounded Monica in the courtyard. Were given commands to observe his movements via the remote control Kokichi had. There's so many lined up on the shelves.
Number one suspect. 'Cause I was in the hangar.
If you are the
Using
culprit,
my magic.
What do you mean?
then
not
explain the
punishing
crossbow.
magic?
There's a good
I
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from
there.
her research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
empty-handed.
I'm the number one suspect.
Kokichi
And
did
I
I'm the one who shot
empty-handed.
Kaito.
Fucking hell. How can we prove that Kokichi didn't do it? That's my question. So annoying.
I'm the number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
What if I just... I don't know what I should do. Case there is a simple crossbow and the crossbow does not fit in the case unless it is disassembled. Getting really annoyed at this. In the corner of the bathroom, labels stained with blood with the only visible word poison.
Magic!
Did not come from me.
So the only three things we have is left empty-handed, and then the second empty-handed, and also Maki's Kokichi did it.
Punishing your
Shouldn't take a chance.
There's a good... So I went
Okay, not that.
Oh no! I'm the number one suspect, because I was in the hangar.
Crossbow with the crime
my
scene.
magic!
What do you mean?
Then
by
explain the
punishing your
crossbow.
magic?
Wait a minute, I just realized something. Hang on. She had a no, night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen going to the hangar and coming back before the exiles returned. Before they returned. That would mean... No? That wouldn't prove anything, actually. This one's hard.
Anyone could have gotten it from the research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
I'm
actually
the number one suspect.
Kokichi did it.
I'm the one who shot Kaito.
I really wish you could work this out.
I'm the number one suspect.
There's a...
Research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
actually
I'm the number one suspect.
Kokichi
Are you serious?
So I went
Then
there
who
and
actually
I'm the number one suspect.
There we go!
Heard it.
God damn it, that was annoying, I'm sorry. Like, I thought I tried that before, that's the thing, and that's why I didn't use it
You
again.
went to the hangar empty-handed, but that's a lie, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's not a lie.
But Kibo saw you. He said you were headed toward the hangar carrying a large black bag.
Yes, Himiko was definitely carrying a large black bag.
No! That was probably... Tsumugi cosplaying as me!
You know I can't cosplay as someone unless they're a fictional character.
Himiko, this is the bag you were carrying, isn't it?
That's the crossbow case.
There's no mistake. That is the bag I saw Himiko carry.
Yeah, it is.
What? Hold on. Himiko went to the hangar with a crossbow?
Uh-oh. Well, it's decided then.
Wait! That's wrong! I just brought it there. I didn't shoot it! It's the truth! Please believe me!
You're right. I believe you. Himiko is totally telling the truth.
Not you! If you believe me, it makes me look like I'm lying!
That is true. But can you really trust Himiko here? She was acting very suspicious.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
100% exactamundo.
Why does this all sound so fishy?
Ah, Kokichi won't shut up! Get out of my head, Kokichi!
Could Himiko have done that? What did you say? Hang on. I'm trying to access the backlog, but it won't let me.
I'm not the culprit!
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
I think I have to hit crossbow
That's all.
on
I
the
didn't do
didn't use the
anything else
cross
in
on
hangar.
on the carry the
100% exactamundo.
bag.
Why does this all sound so
Because it's all
fishy?
assembled.
Ah, Kokichi won't shut up! Get out of my head, Kokichi!
Hit Kokichi with the crossbow, you'd have to be fairly good with it. Could Himiko have done this? The question.
I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I love Kokichi.
I only carried...
Oh. Hold on a sec, please. There's no doubt whatsoever that Himiko carried the case. Unless you don't trust my optics. Is this more robophobia?
I was wrong.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I didn't even use the crossbow.
There we go.
I agree. I don't think Himiko used the crossbow. More accurately, she couldn't use it.
Couldn't use it? Why not?
The crossbow inside this case was disassembled. Kaito and I learned how to assemble the crossbow from Maki, so we could have done it. But I don't believe someone without the proper training could have assembled it.
Well, what if Maki taught Himiko how to assemble the crossbow?
She didn't teach me that. Right, Maki? What's wrong? Are you mad about before? Sorry. I thought they were gonna suspect me, so I lied.
I really have to question your morals if you're blaming Maki for your lie, Himiko.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that.
I'm sorry, Maki. Please, can you tell them the truth?
Fine. I'm not going to lie. I didn't teach Himiko how to assemble the crossbow. She couldn't have used it.
See? I told you! It's just like everyone who suspected me needs to apologize right now!
She changed back so fast. I think I might have whiplash now.
Then, why did you bring the crossbow to the hangar, Himiko?
I was asked to.
Asked to? Perhaps the person who asked was Maki. Oh, what? Huh? Why would I ask for such a thing?
Damn it!
Oh, shit. Kota? Kaito?
That's it!
Oh.
Was it Kaito?
Huh? Kaito?
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar. Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it. Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
Because I know you like me.
Nuh-uh! I hate you!
But I like you.
Hey, don't play with Himiko's heart.
But to think that Kaito would asked Himiko of that. Maybe Kaito was trying to keep the promise we made yesterday. Don't you worry, I'll do something about all this. That's a promise. All you guys are working so hard, so I can't just sit back and relax.
But why were you keeping that a secret, Himiko?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret. Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Don't bully the person you like.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Himiko, when exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me. I got startled and wet myself a little, and then he asked me to get him a crossbow.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind. So if Kaito asked for a crossbow, does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise. I trusted Kaito, and took a crossbow from Maki's lab.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
But then, what did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorms.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi, only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
And there's proof of that. And it's... Where is it? Okay. Maybe it's... Kaito's coat? No. There's probably justification. Kaito's clothes had a narrow hole, so it's maybe plausible to think Kokichi shot him.
I was wrong!
But the hole in Kokichi's... This?
This is it!
Yeah, good.
Remember that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
Then it was Kaito who shot him, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow, but...
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
Maki's been acting strange. Why? Does she know anything? If so, what does she know?
Maybe Maki's right. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. Because in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
You sure about that?
Huh?
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things. After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter. For example, is Kokichi really inside that exisal?
What?
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
It what?
Ha! 'Cause of that, nobody realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi. But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys!
God damn. Stop it!
The Luminary of the Stars has arrived! This time for real!
What? What's going on?
I told you, I'm Kaito. I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice. Sorry about tricking you guys like that. My bad.
Huh? So Kaito's in there after all?
I don't believe it. I mean,
Don't be stupid.
I want
How many
to,
times are you going to be tricked by him?
but I think no one's in the Exisal. That's the thing. I think it's just Monica annoying us.
That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
I can't move because of the injury I got from Kokichi. It's so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Is that so?
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
Kaito's alive after all. Maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it really true? What story does the evidence tell? Does the story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? I need to give a real, well-reasoned answer to that question, and so, can't look away from the truth. The victim of this case... I can't confirm. Most of the evidence we have now shows that Kaito is the victim. What's the matter, Shuichi? You just gotta say it with confidence. Can't look away from the truth. I want to believe it's Kokichi! Fine. I'm trying, I really am, but I can't think of anyone else than Kaito. Most of the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead. Should be easy.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito. Kaito is already dead.
Despair will never die! Good! Good! This is already more entertaining! Now, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! Alright, let's give it everything we've got!
So, I mean, everyone believes it's Kaito, so are we just going to be versing the Exisal? Oh. So they believe it.
I suspect that Kaito is inside the Exisal.
I've got this! Unless he comes out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
But he said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Maki!
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
Maki!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I've got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the mastermind, but
Maki!
The mastermind is still alive. Inside that Exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito being alive?
I've got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive. Damn it!
Oh, what? I'm sorry, I started pressing the wrong button.
This is our answer.
This is our answer.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, but the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
Sorry, that That was just a little joke.
What a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
I couldn't agree any more, Monkey Roll. I really couldn't. Don't call me that! Sorry.
True, and I can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational, because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Carry on my wayward son.
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely? I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
I agree, but what do you think, Maki?
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot each other with the crossbow, then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin!
Let's go.
When the crossbow fired, what was even going on?
As if you need to ask, you were there!
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one!
But only one crossbow was taken.
That's true.
The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow was fired. So
You
how
sure?
could they both shoot each other?
By the way,
What?
crossbow shots hurt a lot. My wound is still aching something fierce.
I mean, that's a stupid non-self debate. It's
When the
obvious that there was
crossbow fired-
3.
Still, only one arrow was fired.
That's wrong! Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, one arrow?
Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow.
Oh. What?
Are you positive?
Of course! There's no way I got that wrong.
Well then, that's strange, because
There were 3.
there were 3 arrows in the back room, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one! Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said that she only brought 1. What is going on here?
Maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Where do those arrows come from? I don't think that Himiko's lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. Psych Taxi. Okay, so there's a hidden Monokuma in this. I need to look for it. Ah, so that's what Spacewalk does. It allows me to continue moving faster. Much faster. Never knew there was a thing that stopped me. How many arrows did Himiko give to Kaito? There was 1. So you're gonna say 1, 2, or 3, I'm guessing. Oh no. Oh yeah. 4 lines. Interesting. There we go. Are all the arrows inside the hanger from the start? I don't think so. I love this song in the background, by the way. I don't know why. Yeah, let's do this. Who brought the other two? I think it was Marky. A third party.
Could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party?
A third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
It was completely closed off, but can we confirm that? I feel it was, there might be another way, some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. What method did the third party use to get into the hangar? It's gonna be hammer. Maybe? Oh, Exisal.
That's it! The Exisal! The Exisal could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the Exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an Exisal.
I saw an exisal enter the hangar last night. So was this third party piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an exisal?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys. It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an exisal. After all, the hangar is where the exisols are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an exisal comes and goes, you know? So even if someone is inside an exisal, the security system wouldn't catch them. Because it'd be a hassle to leave the exisal every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an exisal and entered the hangar?
But can just anyone pilot an exisal?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
Nipples too?
Anyway, this third party commandeered an exisal and infiltrated the hangar. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
I told you that's impossible.
Huh?
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an exisal. It's not possible.
What? Not possible.
Marky, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? What are you trying to hide? Why won't you tell me?
if someone was piloting the exisal, they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Is operating the exisal really that difficult?
Do we even know how to get inside an exisal? Outside the hangar, there were 4 exisals. And they were all moving, too.
I was controlling them remotely.
The electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
No way to stop an exisal. So getting inside one would have been impossible.
You're right, it's impossible.
It's not possible. There was one way to stop an exisal after show
If
them.
someone was...
I was controlling them remotely.
The electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were...
Oh, whoops.
Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
There's no way to stop an exisal. So getting inside one would have been impossible.
Okay. Maybe electro bomb?
Electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
There's no way to stop an exisal.
Yesterday, all the hammers were still recharging.
There we go.
That's wrong! Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the exisals.
That electro hammer used by the third party? Maybe they used it to disable an exisal.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 exisals. But this morning, there were only 3.
I noticed that too. Was the missing exisal taken by this third party?
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
Identity of the third party. The electro hammer gives us a clue. I saw 4 exisals at the scene yesterday when I met up with Kaito. The morning when we were trying to get into the hangar, there were 3. The culprit must have used the electro hammer between yesterday afternoon and this morning. There's only one person among us think that I could have done that. Marky.
It's you! Maki, you're the third party we're looking for, aren't you?
What? It's Maki?
What are you saying?
Remember what Kokichi said.
Be careful, the electro hammer runs out of battery pretty fast. So if you just use it against an Nexus, it'll run out of juice with just one shot.
The electro hammer needs to be recharged for 24 hours after it runs out of battery. That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning.
Marky, where's your electro hammer? I don't need it. I'd rather not use a weapon I'm unfamiliar with. This is much better. This is much better. And now, I suppose you know best.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Knowing that, the electro hammer I found could only have belonged to Maki. And that leads me to the conclusion that Maki must be the third party. She also knows how to assemble the crossbow and could have returned it to her lab later.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab, disabled the exosaw with an electro hammer, and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after—
I'll kill your logic.
Oh, I think I know what happened.
Why are you doing this? Why are you getting in my way?
Getting in your way? Maki, what are you—
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exosaw, and then shooting the crossbow. I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the culprit!
I think you did. There was a poison bottle there. What if she poison-coated her arrows?
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exosaw to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
It's no use, she's not listening to me at all, but I can't get her back from here.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exosaw to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
It's no use, she's not listening to me at all.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exosaw to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right. I used...
When you use the scatters, particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves, rendering electronic communication and sensors unusable. Lasts for about 2 hours and covers an area of about 50 yards. Each can only be used once. Of the 3, Kokichi had 2 and Maki had 1.
The electro hammer. And I used the exos... hammer too.
Worry about the Exo and the electro hammer. So what?
Damn it!
Can I
You're right.
lie in this?
I used
No,
the
I
electro
can't.
hammer. And I used the exosaw to enter the hangar too. I also shot the crossbow there.
Interesting.
However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon. You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exasol to enter the hangar, too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I'm not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
So she's not listening to me.
You're
Maybe you have
right.
to destroy everything.
I used the electro hammer. And I used the exasol to enter the hangar, too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
There we go.
The crossbow is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury. That's why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon. Therefore, I'm not the culprit.
I don't want to think that Maki's the culprit. I want to believe in her, but the way she's scrambling to defend
The arrows
herself.
left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
I'll cut through your words! It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit, if it were poisoned.
Poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation. There was just a little less in the bottle than before applied to those arrows. They would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter? Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit?
There's no way she is! 'Cause why would she kill Kaito?
I can't understand if you don't explain anything!
Maki is still fighting.
Huh?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial. She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she
He's not the
meant-
mastermind. I knew this. He's so confused about what's going on. Because he didn't see the flashback light. Sacrifice that Maki. Sacrifice Maki's talking about is Kaito's life. Just to give up Kaito's life. Kaito's life, but Kaito's already...
I was wrong!
You're not staring at me. Maki's life. Nope. All of us?
Damn it! That's it! She plans to sacrifice all of our lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then, by hiding the truth, Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit?
She knew what happened and tried to hide it from us.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here. Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
This isn't over.
Hmm?
Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over. We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
I love this pose.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Someone else? You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
What did you say?
Kaito told me that means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you. Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone. Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
That guy could be pretty stubborn.
Then, what really happened?
Maki, please tell us.
Please.
And so, Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
Don't just start narrating things, you're ruining the mood!
Well, I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.
This is gonna be an intermission. Yeah, finally. I'd love to save.
Well now.
And then the Monokuma and Cub Theater segment began! But when all the Monokubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so the curtain quickly fell. Resume.
The flashback light became the motive. When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him. I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end. I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete. Simply,
Maki totally gets me!
that's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow, and broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other. Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back. Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance. Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison? Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died, and find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right? He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game. Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind. Especially with that message in the courtyard. Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that? I don't understand anything you're saying. But anyway, why are you starting a killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind. Do you love killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole! I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then...
protected Kokichi?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison. I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strychnine poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake.
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing, but because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore. I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window. Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window. Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote, but Kokichi stole it from him.
Sorry, but I can't die here, since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He already went to space.
Wait, what?
Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not, because now another class trial is going to start.
Class trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
What?
Aw, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you.
All because you protected me.
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run. And live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife. In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks in the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial, in exchange for all of your lives.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
How dare you make fun of him! You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer! You fucking asshole!
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exosol. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive. Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
Part of Maki's testimony that doesn't add up. Nope, it's the poison then. Oh, what? Really? Oh, it's the... Okay, I'm not sure why this is wrong.
That's it! Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
I thought it only went off if you went close to the hangar door, not the block.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
And why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
That's right, there must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. Finding the reason will help us find the hidden truth. Obviously, someone deactivated the alarms.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
Oh,
If
Master
you would've
Silencer.
approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Maybe it was just broken.
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie. Did you really try to break the control panel with it?
I'm not going to tell any more lies.
Interesting. Sounds like the alarm system itself is working properly. So what can we learn
I
from
did
that?
attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel.
It is protected by an electrical barrier that is silent. Approach it, an alarm will sound throughout. The alarm can be disabled with the alarm remote. The control panel from the electric barrier is next to the shutter. It has marks on it as though it was struck.
With my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Damn it. I should have gone up 100%.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated.
100% certain.
There we go.
That's wrong! There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
But Maki only had one bomb, and she used it during the raid this morning.
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know that the alarm system was neutralized. In that case, then...
Got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
I think Kaito did it. I think Kaito was doing it so he could disable the safety on the thingamajiggy, which means Kokichi is the one who's dead. The objective of Kokichi using an electric bomb would be...
That's it! It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Deactivate the safety function?
the Electro Bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system.
Because think about it, Kokichi wouldn't put him on the hydraulic press. He would have just let him be poisoned to death.
It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong?
What aspect of the case runs contrary to the new evidence? What piece of evidence is called into question? Oh, whoops. Okay, I thought it was going to be a fake. Kaito's cause of death.
That's it! Kaito's cause of death.
What?
If the Electro Bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Then the cause of death could now be...
This is it! The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could've?
the press and all their cameras.
If the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know. Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press. Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it, no matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death? It is possible. What? Really? It isn't?
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan. The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim, but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes. So, who is the culprit? Maki or me? The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
I'm not going to. Actually, I want to see what happens if I vote for Kaito.
Hey! That's my line! I'm the one who decides when it's voting time!
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh? Yes! Of
Oh.
course!
He doesn't know.
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
Wow.
The culprit, you say? Yes! Of course I know!
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What do talking about?
He doesn't know.
Monokuma, do you not know who the culprit is either?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is. Monokuma doesn't know what does that tell us about the case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it. So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
Huh? What?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
Oh fuck. Oh, everything just clicked.
Murder Monokuma couldn't figure out?
Okay. Okay. That's good.
But what's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow. Kokichi probably used the electrobomb to scramble whatever that was. The electrobomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
That's why I think Kaito is still alive.
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the exosols... Yes, the exosols weren't protecting Monokuma. They were...
They were watching him.
That's it! They were watching Monokuma.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Oh, and at that time, the Exos were on autopilot and directed to only serve me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him. They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma. That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, the class trial must be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So you share it instead, that way it'll be fair to all the other participants.
She didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case, it could only be Maki.
You're right.
I'm starting to think that no one's in the Exo that's at the trial, but it's actually just a way for Monokuma to work out who died. Like he's pretending to be a part of us by using the victim and culprit, or at least the 2 missing people. He's using them to talk to us to work out who died because he couldn't figure it out himself.
So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point. Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
No, Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
What?
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
That's right. He's a remnant of despair. How'd we forget that?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Well, Monokuma?
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I've got to run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game?
Yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know.
Aren't you normally the forward one?
Ah.
I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth. Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Thank you. I am happy to hear that answer.
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
Do you want to know? Then I'll tell you. I'm getting kind of bored with all the lying, so everything I say now will be the truth, Kay.
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Remote control?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device. Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exosols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite. Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually...
There's no
Fighting.
doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know!
The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Nishima, but that can't be. She's dead. We've never come into contact with her. If so, who's done this? Who planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is. Not so, yeah. Get to talking!
Not the mastermind. That will probably be next chapter.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the...
But Monokuma
Culprit.
doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But...
Are you trying to get me to do
What was that? But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out. So,
What?
let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair. Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
Diddly-oo.
Who invited you?
Did they really just do that? Wow. Okay.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
So now the truth comes out. The piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I can wrap my head around. Really? Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is. What evidence needs to be analyzed again? Kaito's coat. Nope. Ooh, what is it? Nope.
I was
Okay.
wrong.
I don't know. Oh, that was an accident. Sorry.
I was wrong.
Maybe the hydraulic press. Okay, fucking hell. Make this a little bit easier, please. What?
This is it!
There it is, the murder video.
Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press.
Because the video camera would have been disabled from the electro bomb, right?
Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove but we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with the hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Well, I mean, sure.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. You want a Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video. It might have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Hangman's Gambit. It doesn't show who the victim is.
I see now. The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we knew that.
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. And that might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible. The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is
It might be possible.
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want...
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
That's adorable.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's all talk it over together.
Together. And don't forget you are not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. It's only going to wear you out. When times are hard, you got to rely on your friends. Yes, that's very true.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered.
How could it be altered when we know what the footage was edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time. Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
A trick to that video? What could be suspicious?
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is
Whoops.
no trick.
That was an accident.
You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
I feel like someone said something that gives us a clue. If we put our heads together, we can find the smallest hope. We won't fall into despair.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
Any other bright ideas? Come on, everybody, speak up!
Created by an electric barrier and along with sound. And uses scattered particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves, rendering electronic communication sensors unusable. Lasts for about 2 hours and goes for about 50 yards. Video shot with the camera with the X-Saw. It shows the moment Kaito was crushed by the hydraulic press. The hydraulic press controls are a short distance away from the device itself. There are 2 buttons labeled up and down. It also features a safety function. The body was crushed by the hydraulic press and it is unidentifiable.
There is no trick. You can check if there's no editing function in that camera.
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
There it is.
I agree. Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second? Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
but in the video,
Didn't do that. It looked like it was stopping for a second.
Stopped briefly.
But why would it stop?
Why would it stop? The emergency stop. Mine. Yeah, I still don't have that. There we go.
I see it. The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. it wasn't just the press that stopped.
Exactly, the video was stopped as well.
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press.
See now, that's how the bodies were switched. If you stopped that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. The camera. Oh, that's an electro hammer. Maybe he's gonna come up with a picture of an electro bomb? Because I'd understand that. Yeah, there it is, the camera.
I see it! The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press. After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously, so it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera... But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? It was set up on here.
There! The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there. But when the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position, so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez! That place is like a 4D pocket!
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Kokichi. Has to be. Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at that time. If they were only ones present during the body switch, then the real victim was... If it wasn't no body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
If I have a timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at that time, which means that something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down, can't let anything escape me this time. How were the bodies swapped if only 2 bodies were in the hangar? How am I meant to know this? I'm actually a little worried. Let's see what letters they are. Maybe victim? Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to press that. Victim moved? No. Interesting. Nope. I'm trying to look for a H because I swear I saw, there it is. Victim helped. There we go.
I can't believe I overlooked this. What do you mean? There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped, which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped, then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
The victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk. So, have you realized who done it yet?
The culprit of the case. If my detective work hasn't failed me, the culprit is inside the Exisal. It can only be them.
The apparent victim we saw in the video was Kaito, which means Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera. At first, if the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito. So, the person inside that exisal isn't Kokichi. It has to be Kaito.
What did you say?
So the culprit for this case is Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced, right?
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I don't want to believe it either. But it's the only way any of this makes sense. My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
Is that true?
That's,
Is Kaito really in?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
I think she's just taking the blame.
There's just no way that Kaito can still be alive. Because I'm the culprit.
Wait, you? But didn't you say...
I saw it with
Saw with my own eyes.
Kokichi drank the antidote that he stole from Kaito. There's no doubt Kaito died. And he died because of my poison arrow.
But you
What
told
if you
us
pretended
didn't
to
wanna
drink
kill
it, though?
Kaito,
Yes,
and-
I never wanted to. I wanted to believe that I didn't kill him. But the truth speaks differently. In the end, I was just running away from the facts.
Huh? I don't understand.
Maki, you trying to protect Kaito? If he's the culprit, you're trying to help him get away.
There was only one antidote, so it's more likely he died from my poison arrow. This is the truth.
It's not decided yet. I could have still killed him with the hydraulic press. Either way, those are the two options. Monokuma knows the answer, right?
Huh? Are those the only options?
I guess that's how things turned out.
No, that can't be. The person in that exisal is...
It's not Kaito! I saw Kokichi drink the antidote! There's no mistake. Kaito is dead. I killed Kaito. There is absolutely no doubt.
I thought so. Maki's trying to protect Kaito. I understand how she feels, but if Kaito is the culprit, why did he agree to Kokichi's plan? I think Kokichi faked drinking the antidote, and the only reason he'd want to do that is so he could force someone to kill him. And so I'm actually thinking he did this so Kaito would kill him, because otherwise he'd die from Maki's antidote, from Maki's poison. And Maki would be killed as the Blacken, so Kaito probably did it to protect her. I can't imagine that Kaito would do something so selfish. There must be a reason for it. But I have to get to the bottom of this before I can uncover the truth.
But Maki, you don't know for certain that Kokichi drank the antidote.
What?
You saw him drink it right in front of you, but you couldn't confirm he actually did it. So maybe there's another possibility.
What are you talking about? Impossible. That's impossible. There is no other possibility. I killed Kaito!
She still have the knife? No, she doesn't. Argument armament.
I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. But you keep getting in the way. You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw.
Okay, here we go.
I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
Oh, whoops.
I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now.
Pretended to drink antidote.
I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
It ends here! Kokichi just pretended to drink the antidote. He didn't actually drink it.
He pretended to drink it?
Drinking the antidote was part of his lie. Maki could only see so much through the window. She didn't confirm Kokichi drank it. I believe that Kokichi knew this and just pretended to drink the antidote. After Maki left, he gave the antidote to Kaito. There's a strong possibility that all of this was done to make Kaito cooperate.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Make him cooperate?
The swapping trick required the victim and culprit to work together. Kaito's cooperation was essential to Kokichi's plan. However, I don't think Kokichi would be able to sway Kaito easily. He needed leverage. He gave Kaito the antidote in exchange for his cooperation.
In exchange for his own life, you mean?
Kaito had no choice. He had to cooperate after Kokichi saved his life. That's just Kaito's character, and Kokichi knew that. He swallowed his pride with the antidote and agreed to participate in Kokichi's plan.
But didn't Kokichi make this plan? What good is it for...
I imagine this was all part of Kokichi's plan to confuse us. You wouldn't think that someone would plan their own murder.
He went so far as to give up his life, just to create this mystery?
Only Kokichi could think of something so nefarious. Who else would agree to die, just to execute their plan?
Crazy. Why would he go that far?
I bet Kokichi was determined to beat me at my own game, no matter what. But too bad! Shuichi figured out the truth!
Truth? Are you sure it's not delusion?
Delusion?
A delusion completely off the mark. To make you think that I died. But who cares what you guys think? This is between me and Monokuma. I don't give a crap if the extras in this game get it right or not.
Extras?
I'm fine with being an extra.
Huh? Why?
If we're just extras, then even if we get it wrong, we won't get killed.
No, I'd still kill you all. Don't put Kokichi's words in my mouth!
But why? You are being so friendly with us!
If Monokuma gets it right, then he takes everyone's lives, yeah? But if Monokuma gets it wrong, then he'd have no right to take everyone's lives. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, then this killing game can't function anymore.
Can't function.
Kaito, I believe in you.
If you're cooperating with this plan, you must have a reason. To determine that reason, I need to reveal the
I
truth.
still think Kaito is the culprit. Thinking of it that way makes all the pieces fit. I will show you the truth. The truth you can't deny.
Let's do this. Okay. After receiving the item from Himiko, the culprit... Electro bomb. Where did the culprit shoot Kokichi? What opened the shutter and got inside the hangar? Who was hit by the first arrow Maki fired? Who was hit by the second? Kokichi. After Maki left, what weapon did Kokichi take out? Oh, there's one right there. Next one inside the hangar. Trail of blood. Oops. It never did explain why he was dragged. The urn, the antidote. Peachy's flushed in the toilet. What happens to the culprit flush? Kokichi's back. Kokichi's right arm. Oh, whoops. That one's this then. And last one. Here we go.
This is the truth of the case! Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab. She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window. That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab. The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom. However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering. Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier. She used her electro hammer to disable an exisal and climbed inside. She knew exisals could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one. Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation. While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow. But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him. That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm. If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in his vitals. Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an exisal with a remote. While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an exisal stepped inside. Kokichi was definitely not expecting an exisal to interrupt them. He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the exisal. But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow. The arrow hit Kokichi right in the back. And it was no normal arrow. The tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike 9 poison. The poison kills slowly. It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow. But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise. To keep Maki from becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi. The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab and immediately ran off to get it. The Strike 9 poison slowly circulated through their systems and would soon kill them both. But in that desperate situation, Kokichi thought up a clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him defeat Monokuma. That was Kokichi's true objective. It's why he claimed to be the mastermind. Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar. Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion. When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar. So she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window. But after the culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror. Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow. But it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave. After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon. An electrobomb, capable of disabling communication devices for hours. Kokichi's plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan. But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like blackmail. In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the Strike 9 poison, the whole plan would be ruined. After fabricating the scene in the bathroom, the culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created. Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie. While Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control panel, the culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time. The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electric arm had disabled it. The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view, Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously. The two then switched places and also switched roles. The culprit and the victim. The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation. He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself. And so, Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the whole thing was caught on video. The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera and tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again. This would make it impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out. With the press disabled, the culprit returned to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes. Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide and waited with bated breath. And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi. They're trying to deceive Monokuma in order to defeat the true mastermind. And that's it. That's Kokichi's unidentified culprit trick. The culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut.
Complete.
I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Really? Is it really Kaito?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man, Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions.
Huh?
You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
No, my detective work is flawless, the truth. I'm sure that Kaido is inside that exisal. So why is Kaido still fighting me? Is this about Monokuma, or is there another aspect to this?
You claim everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you? You all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay.
What the hell is going on there? Is that the X's alarm, or...?
This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
That's right. We have to believe in Shuichi.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the results of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory. And that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? See, so that's your objective. You mean to ruin the killing game itself. That's why Kaido has been so stubborn all this time. But what does he mean by ruin exactly? Monokuma can do whatever he wants to the rules. How do you ruin something like that? What would be the point?
Come on, Monokuma. Start the voting already.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sheesh! Let's proceed with voting time, shall we? Sorry I fell short of your expectations, but I'm pretty sure I won't make any mistakes. 'Cause I got the ultimate detective's airtight logic on my side.
Now I know the whole truth and why. I believe in my own logic and I believe in Kaito. From this point on, it's not about logic, it's about how far I'm willing to go. I believe in you, Kaito. Not as a detective, but as Shuichi Saihara.
Can I just say something? I'd like to have one last conversation before we vote.
One last conversation?
There's more to talk about?
You see, before we vote, there's something I have to say. I just need you all to listen.
What is this?
All right, let's pin this down. Who is inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died. And the culprit is Kaito standing right there.
Isn't that correct?
Of course not! I would never die!
I trust Shuichi.
Kaido's trying to ruin the game, that's why he's hiding the truth. I don't know exactly why, but he's putting his life on the line for that. So to put my faith in him, that's the only way. Everything that we've determined up to now, what if I turned it all on its head? I need to lie.
All right, let's pin this down. Who is inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died.
I'll reveal the truth.
That was just a fluke,
Kokichi,
but
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I just can't lie for you anymore.
What?
What do you mean,
Why did you say Kokichi? The one in the exisal is...
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've deceived you all.
Huh?
The truth is, after we found the crushed body, I saw Kokichi.
He's going to prove that Monokuma doesn't know.
You saw Kokichi?
Yes. He threatened me, told me that if I didn't do what he said, he'd kill us all. He wanted me to lie about what I saw, so that the trial would be more interesting. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep lying like this. I have to tell the truth. Kokichi isn't dead. He's alive.
Hold on! Why did you wait until now to mention this?
I'm so sorry, Kibo, but it's true.
Really? Really, I'm sorry, but this is the only way. Kaido is trying to fool Monokuma, trying to ruin this class trial. If Kaido's going to risk his life to do this, then I'll stand by him. I believe in Kaito, I believe in what he's trying to say. Trying to do. He's not doing this to hurt us. I'm sure he's trying to save us all. If Monokuma wants to rely on my detective work, fine, I'll just lie.
Everyone, please, don't vote for Kaito. There's no doubt about it. Kokichi is in that exisal. He's the culprit.
Hey, Shuichi. I don't know what you're scheming, but as far as I'm concerned, you guys aren't extras at all. If you guys are wrong, you're gonna have to take your punishments like champs. Got it?
I'm not wrong. We can't vote for Kaito!
Stop it! That's enough!
Huh?
It's...
Oh, you're kidding me. He ruined everything.
If you guys get it wrong, and Monokuma gets it right, then you'll all get punished. There's no way I can let that happen. So, it's fine. Let's end this.
Oh, you're bloody kidding me.
Kaito!
I don't know how to feel right now.
So, it really was you?
My bad for tricking you guys. I'll explain everything. But before that, it's voting time. Alright, don't get it wrong. I'm definitely the culprit. You got it? I'm the one who killed Kokichi.
Kaito, no!
It's just like you to figure it all out, Shuichi. You're really something else. So all you gotta do is believe in your reasoning. That's what detectives do. Hey, Monokuma, let's hurry up and get this vote started!
Well said. Let's get this started then. The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Oh boy. Alright then.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result.
Oh, whoops.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Well, if the culprit's gonna confess, then I guess even morons can't screw this up. The blackened who killed Kokichi Omer is Kaita Momota. You've got it right. So you got it right, huh? What a relief. Well, I knew you guys wouldn't get it wrong.
But you know...
Man, was it hard to kill Kokichi the whole time. I mean, sure, he wrote most of his own lines.
Jeez.
Seriously, look at this whole script. He wrote the whole thing. He even got a bunch of alternate lines for different events. But even I still have to ad-lib. You guys couldn't tell though, huh?
Come on, man.
Hey, come on guys, don't look so sad. You guys got it right, it's all good.
Why?
Why did you kill Kokichi? You're against the killing game, so why did you kill him? I believe that you absolutely wouldn't do such a thing. Maki, was she protecting Kaito or just believing in me?
That's right.
Yeah, I should explain. Most of it's just like Shuichi said.
After Kokichi pretended to take the antidote, he gave it to me. I mean...
Then he told me I had to cooperate with his plan.
Hey!
Plan? What plan? I've been thinking this whole time of a plan to throw the mastermind off guard.
What?
Throw them off guard? What are you talking about? You're the mastermind. Oh, that was a lie. I only pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
Pretended? Oh, you all fell for it, but you know, I prepared a bunch of stuff. Like this remote control, I had Miyu make it. A mysterious message in the courtyard using Gonter and making him a murderer. All the preparation was just to make you guys think I was the mastermind.
What?
Why the hell? Why'd you do all that? The reason why I pretended to be the mastermind?
Shit!
Was to end this boring killing game.
Huh?
To end it. I thought if I showed you the despairing truth, you guys wouldn't want to go outside anymore. So I thought it would end the killing game. But instead this happened. I'm gonna die by Maki's hands. Why do you think this happened? Why do you think Maki tried to kill me? Why do you think the killing game started again?
What?
Because True Mastermind have instigated it, I'm certain of it. It made a move without us noticing. Man thinks of that, everything's ruined.
Hold on!
True Mastermind instigated it? So whoever that person is, they're also instigated Maki's actions?
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, they probably tried to eliminate me because I pretend to be the mastermind.
What?
That's... Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so if he's right, and if he's right about the mastermind trying to take out Kokichi by forcing the other kids doing it, the only reason they wanted to do that is because they thought he was around in despair. The only reason they thought he was around in despair is because of the memory they got. What if that wasn't a real memory? What if it's all fake? What if it's literally the mastermind putting ideas into our heads so we do stuff? Oh my god! I didn't even think of that. I've been thinking that since the prologue. Because, yeah, that sort of shouted out the fact that it was fake. But ever since then, if that's... Holy crap! It would make so much sense, though. It would make so much sense. It would explain why we can't think of what happened after certain events. Because, come on, there's 16 of us. Well, I mean, people die every chapter. But there was 16 of us. Meaning there's got to be at least one person that's, after they remember the event, has got to know something that happened afterwards. But none of us do. Because they're not our true memories. Why, though? What does the mastermind want? My actions were instigated by the true mastermind. But that can't be. The reason I decided to kill Kokichi was because I remember the truth from the flashback light. Exactly.
Could it be...
Maybe making you remember the truth was what the mastermind wanted. Maybe the true mastermind had us use the flashback lights, so we would target Kokichi's around the despair.
Which means...
So the flashback light itself was the true mastermind's trap all along. They expected us to target Kokichi once we remembered he was around in despair.
Okay.
Kokichi certainly expected it, that's why he talked about the mastermind. But even so, this is all rather convenient for the true mastermind. The person claiming to be the mastermind just so happened to be around under despair. We're all students of hope. It was the academy and our fates are tied to the Ramen despair. I never would have imagined the fate would bring us to Kokichi's murder. It just plays too nicely for the mastermind. I didn't know about the flashback light. Guess it's another mystery for you.
I mean...
Anyway, like I was saying.
You know...
Then who was the mastermind? Who knows? I don't know either. But it doesn't matter. We can't lose. The game is pointless unless you win. That's why I thought of a special plan. When I'm on the verge of losing, my plans will help me win.
Huh?
I don't really get it, but this is the plan to throw off the mastermind. Well, it's not that difficult. Kaito, I need you to kill me.
What? I mean...
The plan was to make a case where the victim was unknown, and then trick Monokuma into thinking I was the victim so he'd mess up. If he ruled that either Maki or Kokichi were the blackened, then I'd show up myself and Monokuma's ruling would be invalid. And if Monokuma's ruling was invalid, the killing game would end.
But...
That's what I was more curious about. What makes you think it would end?
That's right.
Yeah, I asked Kokichi about that myself. Why would Monokuma care if you messed up on the blackened? And this is what he said.
Well, you know...
Even if it's Monokuma or the true mastermind, they can't break the rules as they please. Being unfair like that isn't allowed.
Hold up.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Death games are meant to be watched. If no one is watching, there will be no reason to be such a stickler about the rules. There will be no point in making this game in the first place.
But
Monokuma has been a stickler about the rules, and about making the game interesting. That's why he agreed to my plan in the virtual world.
Which means
Monokuma is aware that someone is watching us. In which case, I have no doubt that this death game is being shown to someone.
What did you say?
So this is basically Danganronpa 1. You know how, it turns out that everyone outside was watching and stuff like that. I think they were, at least. Though I remember people saying in the anime, and spoiler for the anime, which you should have watched first before this, they said how they never actually saw anything like that. So, I don't really know if they broadcasted it or not at the end. But who'd be watching? We're the only people left alive, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's right, the flashback light is the reason we even remember that. Well, Kokichi must be right. Why have a death game if no one's watching? I wasn't sure about it first, but after this class trial, there's no doubt.
Listen up.
Monokuma can't do whatever he wants. He's bound by the rules of the game. That's why he couldn't afford to get the culprit wrong. Why he relied on Shuichi.
Yeah.
It's just like Kokichi said. If the game's rules matter so much if someone's watching. Death game is made to be watched. If that's true, then who? Who's watching?
Hey.
What's this all about, Monokuma? Is this killing game really a show for someone? Who can say? Yeah, why won't you tell us? We were friends during the trial.
You guys.
Honestly, I was just happy you guys cooperated with me.
Well.
Humans love to help. They jump at any opportunity to extend a helping hand.
Well then.
And here's another question. Who are you really? If Kokichi is a remnant of despair is not the mastermind,
Incomprehensible.
then who's the true mastermind? Is it another remnant of despair like him?
Ahem.
I'm not gonna spill the beans on a perfect to be continued cliffhanger like that. Why are you just too cute? What? Himiko, I think we need to get you to a psychologist because Monokuma is trying to kill us all. Well, I mean, forcing us to kill each other.
Hey,
He's not cute. I understand Kokichi's plan, but why did you agree to work with him, Kaito? Why'd you agree to kill Kokichi? Because he saved your life. You should have just ignored him. He's better off... Ugh. Oh, sorry about that. I joked. He's better off dead anyway. It was kind of hard to ignore such an annoying guy.
Huh?
What?
Jeez.
Jeez, I wonder how far ahead he planned this evil scheme of his.
What?
Yeah, but killing you.
Don't screw around.
What are you talking about? You want me to kill you? I figured you'd react like that. But are you sure you're okay with that? Yeah, are you sure you're okay with that? Because if this poison kills me, then Maki would be the blackened. And her crime would be exposed so easily.
Well, you know.
If that happened, then Maki and I would have died for no reason, right? Which is just what the true mastermind expects.
What?
Damn it, that's playing dirty.
You?
So that's why you gave me the antidote. I am the ultimate supreme leader. There are no depths I won't sink to. Even if I have to sacrifice myself. Anyway, this is our chance. Our chance to end the killing game.
Ruin this killing
That's why
game.
you have to kill me so we can win and ruin this killing game. We'll bring the true mastermind and everyone who's watching. We'll bring them down to utter despair. Then everyone who died can rest in peace. Oh crap, I'm gonna die soon. Can we get this started already?
Damn.
You're seriously crazy, dude. But you know, I wasn't boring, right? Yeah, you weren't.
that punk.
And he blackmailed you by using me.
Nah.
No, I agreed to each plan once I heard the words ruin this killing game.
Jeez.
He was crazy, but that let him come up with some crazy plans. And we needed a crazy plan to change in order to stand a chance against Monokuma. I bet on that chance. I didn't have any other choice.
Damn it.
Because I'm out of time.
What?
Time?
Could it be...
Kaito, you mean your health?
What are you talking about?
But you said you were fine. You told me not to worry about it
My
anymore.
bad.
My bad. That was a lie.
Huh?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, honestly. I'm at my limit just talking. Oh, can't be.
No.
I gotta wonder how this happened. I don't remember at all. In my memories, I was fine during the medical exam for my training. If he was fine during the medical exam, then that means
Could it be...
this might be the virus.
What?
If I remember correctly,
One of the plagues that caused our planet to crumble. A virus carried by meteorites that spread across the globe. Peak Academy, along with the rest of the planet, was in danger of extinction. Even then, we had come so far and triumphed over so much despair. We were almost wiped out in an instant.
Could it be...
This might have something to do with the virus. Kaito didn't use the flashback light, so he might not remember it. But weren't we supposed to be immune? We were selected because we didn't.
Well,
Perhaps the virus was dormant when you were selected for the Gopher Project.
to tell you the truth.
You could have been affected the whole time, showing no symptoms until very recently.
What did you say?
What? Kaito's infected with the virus? But how can that be?
Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess I'm pretty screwed, huh? Well, I know this is coming. This is why I agreed to Kokichi's plan.
But
you know, when I found out about that plan, I thought it was pretty awesome.
hey, so...
Kokichi left me a whole outline of it. I freaked out when I read it. It was a pretty good plan. I thought we might be able to trick Monokuma. But I knew Shuichi'd see right through to the end.
Huh?
What?
Well done!
Not, haha. That's exactly how it went. Nice job, Shuichi. You're really something.
Well then.
Kaido, you...
That's right.
Yeah, I knew you guys would figure everything out.
Got it.
What was that? That's why I was able to get on board with Kokichi and lie to you like that. Even if I messed stuff up during the trial, I knew Shuichi'd see the truth.
That's my sidekick.
Just what I expect from my sidekick.
Why?
Why? If you knew I'd see it through, why?
Then...
If you knew it was pointless from the start, then you shouldn't have gone that far.
Nah.
Nah, it would have been pointless. I ended up being a huge success.
What's that mean?
Why?
I mean...
Because of this plan, and Kokichi pretended to be the mastermind.
Got it.
We got closer to the true mastermind's lair. Behind this truth, there's got to be a hint that leads to the real truth.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what Kokichi gave his life.
But...
You talk as if he was your partner, when you hated him so strongly before.
What?
Oh, I hate his guts. Honestly, I'm still pissed at him. He made us go through so much crap. To the end, no, even beyond that. He was a lying sack of shit.
Hey,
It's getting harder to breathe, so please can you...
Hey, so...
Hey, can I ask you one more thing? You want to ruin this killing game, but... You kept saying how fun this game was. That was a lie, obviously. How could a game that you're forced to play be fun? I had to think this game was fun to survive. I had to lie to myself.
Huh?
You little... The bastards who created this game, they toy with our lives, and the shit's enjoying it. They all piss me off.
shit!
That's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to end this game.
Huh?
Kichi said that?
Nah.
It could have been a lie too. He probably just said it so I'd cooperate with him. It was really a lie. I think his dying words might have actually been the honest truth.
It's a lie!
No, it's definitely a lie. He's not the type to shed tears. I wonder which one it is. A lie or the truth? Even now at the very end, I don't really understand Kokichi. Maybe that's what lying is all about. Freaky. I like those changes. The truth is, in the eye of the beholder, Kokichi was the very embodiment of a lie. Pretty much wraps up my explanation. Now, finally, I need to apologize to Shuichi.
Huh?
Me?
I mean...
To be honest, I was jealous of you.
Huh?
Jealous?
That's right.
Because you were always saying, you're always saving us, you know? Your detective skills kept us alive. You were just way too cool and I got frustrated.
My bad.
So that's why I was so harsh on you. My bad.
That's wrong.
Hey, Kaido, that's not true.
Hey,
I was only so confident because you were there for me, Kaido. When you made me his sidekick, you said that you take responsibility. And that's why I can do all this. If you didn't talk to me back then, even now I'd be... Oh! Kaido!
What?
Kaido, are you okay? How can I be okay? I'm about to die.
Okay.
You sure are, bucko, 'cause it's punishment time. Punishment? I won't let you.
I won't let you kill him.
Oh?
Oh, you planning to get in my way? You know what'll happen if you do that, don't you?
So what?
I don't care what happens. I plan to kill you anyway from the start.
indeed.
Yes, I've been determined to fight back for a while now.
Cut it out.
No, you stop.
Kaito,
No, Kaido, I can't. I can't let you die.
that's it.
I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're dying. I won't let Monokuma touch you.
What was that?
What's going on?
Hey, hey!
Just thinking about life and how irreplaceable it is. Know what I mean?
Huh?
When a life ends, those closest to it mourn. But if you could somehow recycle that life, then those closest to it wouldn't need to mourn anymore, right?
That's nice!
If you could recycle life, that world would be filled with hope. That's my point.
Hey,
What are you talking?
Hey!
Kids, time for your grand re-entrance! What? What?
combined, we are the Mono Cubs!
What?
Huh?
I'm. I'm Montaro. No matter how you read it or spell it, say it, it's still Montaro. But that is totally a lie.
By the way,
What the hell's going on? I could have sworn there was more of you chumps before.
Hell yeah!
Look, I know it's destroying Monodam now. The sad sick is bumming me the fuck out.
What did you say?
But that weren't the old Monocubs completely destroyed?
Hey,
Those old Monocubs were destroyed. Those Monocubs are the latest model. They still get the factory settings, so in a way, it's like they're brand new characters.
thank you
But who cares? Now that my Cubs are back, I'm not lonely and miserable anymore.
What was that?
You brought them back on a whim like that?
You
You guys are just as replaceable. Maybe not as replaceable as the Monocubs, but finding other people to participate in this killing game is easier than you might think. Finding other people?
oh well.
I got no idea what's going on, or what any of this might mean. But that's right.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! We're so fucking lovable and shit, except Monodam, of course.
Hey, hey!
Oh, do you know what else this means? Now that the Monocubs are back, I've got my Exil entourage protecting me again. Still want to defy me now? This is bad if he's got the Exils back.
Shut up.
So what?
I won't let you kill
Doesn't
him.
matter, I won't let you kill Kaito. I'll fight until the very end. Stop. Even if you fight the Exils, you will just get killed, damn it. The remote control in the last Electro Bomb was crushed than press.
No.
No, I won't give up. Makiro, enough already. I've never felt this way before. I've always fought to kill, but this is the first time I've fought to protect someone.
Huh?
Huh? And I've never been given a nickname like Makiro.
What?
You! I've never met someone as stubborn as you before. I've never fallen for someone before.
What?
Makiro! Maki.
No.
I don't want this to end, I just don't.
I won't let you kill
That's
him.
why I won't let you kill Kaito. I absolutely won't let you.
My bad.
Makiro, I'm sorry, but that's not an option. I don't have as much time as you think. I'm fighting just to try to stay standing.
Hey, so...
Hey Makiro, I asked you before, what's your enemy? Before you hated yourself so much. You didn't even like yourself a little. And wasn't that the reason you tried to distance yourself from others?
That's right.
You decided that you didn't deserve to have friends, didn't you? That was your enemy.
Don't worry about it.
But not anymore, huh? You're alright now. Oh. You fell for a guy like me, now you can learn to like yourself.
Come on, man.
Hey, don't cry. Can't you send me off with one last smile?
I believe in you.
You guys too, I'm not gonna allow any tears. Send me off with a bang.
Okay.
Alright, Kaito, I won't cry.
I'll endure it.
Me too, I'm gonna hold it in. Yeah, I'll endure it.
I
can't cry even if I wanted to.
Ugh.
Hey, sorry by the way, Monokuma, you can go on ahead and start now.
Okay!
Can do!
Dong dong dong!
Oh boy, my first punishment time. I've never seen one before.
Hey,
But let me just say, this is the true mastermind controlling Monokuma.
get ready.
You better get ready, my friends aren't gonna lose to you.
Ugh.
That's all.
Please.
I'll leave the rest to you, end this ridiculous killing game.
please do not worry.
We'll end it, so please don't worry.
Shuichi.
And Shuichi, never forget you're not alone. Your friends, don't try to do anything yourself.
Okay.
The impossible
Don't
is
forget-
possible.
All you gotta do is make it so.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Kaito.
Maki roll.
Maki, how long are you gonna cry? You should smile.
Sorry.
I can't, that's impossible, I can't. Of course, my bad for making you cry like that.
All right.
Alright, then let's end with this with a bang.
I'm Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars.
Okay, okay.
You don't gotta tell me, I'm excited to get this started.
Get ready.
Oh yeah, well, screw you, I'm not gonna die the way you want.
It's punishment time!
Here we go. Oh he's gonna go to space! He's gotta go to space! Blast off, second ignition. Ultimate astronaut. Kaito Momota. He's in space. Oh boy. Error confirmed. Oh my god, he died, but he didn't die by the execution. Execution failed. Oh, the Aruge! Huh. Oh, he's pissed. Oh, he's pissed. Oh boy. Holy crap. Kaito!
Right?
Kibo, you okay? You got hit by the debris when you protect.
Well,
I'm fine, more importantly.
Hey!
What's the matter, Monokuma? Upset the Kaito won?
Yeah?
What do you mean Kaito won?
Because
He died before the end of your punishment. Kaito didn't die from your execution.
Okay?
That's right, Kaito wasn't killed by you.
Yeah.
It's Kaito's victory. Ah, we lost! I don't know if he meant to do it, but he certainly went out like a stubborn jackass. Well, whatever, it's not like this is the end of the killing game, so it's fine.
What was that?
It's not over?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, no shit!
Hey!
You never in the school regulations?
That's right.
The killing game would go on until there is just one blackened or two spotless. School regulations, so you're gonna follow the regulations, huh? The only reason you want rules is because you're showing this to someone.
Well...
I just want an entertaining killing game, but you're certainly entitled to your opinion.
That's wrong.
That's enough. Enough of your bullshit, Monokuma. I made a promise to Kaito I'll end this killing game.
That's it.
And to give Kaito's death meaning, I swear I'll keep my promise.
You're right.
Yeah, we're not gonna let anyone else die. Who's even gonna play that game anymore? It's already over. You could cut this tension with a knife. What's everyone talking about anyway?
Well, actually...
Feels like we stumbled into the last act. I don't know what's happening at all.
Pops!
Oh, Pops, fill us in. We want to help you out. Oh, Monosuke's acting nice. He's sucking off her brownie points.
They're so...
Oh, I just can't help myself around you little cubs. Gather around, kids. I'll spend a whole month telling you about what you missed. A whole month? Won't that take longer than the whole chapter?
My
I'll tell you all about it while I smother you with hugs and kisses. You kids go on ahead and wait for me at home.
So long! Farewell!
See ya. Hey, why'd I stay behind? Because I want to give you all a reward for working so hard.
Why you?
We don't want it. Just go away.
You're really...
By the way, I don't know where you got the idea that this killing game can be stopped. There's nothing a participant can do to end this killing game. No, wait, what? We didn't participate, did we? What? No way, nah-huh. This game is gonna help keep going for a long time. During his ranting, Monokuma took out a flashback light? What did you just do?
What?
Was that a flashback light just now?
Could it be?
Is it broken? I didn't feel like I remembered anything. The flashback light has a special effect. You'll remember soon enough. You remember the despair that is the only choice you have. And that hope doesn't exist here at all. The killing game would never end. I feel like Shuichi remembered. And then Monokuma left. He declared that this killing game would continue. He declared there is no hope. What's wrong with Kibo, though? After all that, I honestly don't remember how we got back. It took all I had to just accept the reality that Kaito was gone. And not just Kaito, Kokichi too. Someone we all trusted and someone none of us trusted. We lost them both. But it wasn't all for nothing. Because we're drawing ever closer to discovering the true mastermind. What? The killing game would never end. Never, ever. As long as I'm around, it'll never end. It'll repeat over and over and over. Why would I let something that's fun ever end? I want to have more fun. As long as it's fun, we have to keep going. That's just simple supply and demand.
Such despair.
What the fuck, Junko? Later that night, I found myself standing in that one spot in the courtyard, the place where Kaito and I would train together. My heart felt crushed, all the loss and guilt and helplessness sinking in my chest. But still I stood there.
Well...
What are you doing? Hey, Maki.
Ah!
Maki?
Hey.
See, you came too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maki, I'm sorry.
What?
For what? I was the one who drove Kaito into a corner. Just like Kaede, I ended up betraying someone important to me. It's all my fault.
Well...
Are you feeling lonely? You have no idea.
Huh?
Hey.
Are you lonely now that Kaito's gone?
Okay.
Yeah, lonely. I feel so lonely and so sad, I don't know what to do. The only reason I'm still alive right now is because of Kaito. If he hadn't have been my friend, I would have...
That's right.
Me too. I can't remember the last time I ever cried that hard. I wonder how long it's been.
Okay.
But I won't cry anymore. I'm sad, but I'm grateful to Kaito.
Huh?
Grateful?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell him that rather than being sad or lonely, I'm grateful to him. That's right, I won't cry anymore. I'm not going to wallow in pity. I want to show him how much I appreciate all the things he did.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess it's the same for me too. I want to show my appreciation. I'm sure that our friends who've passed on don't want to see us miserable. Thanks. Yeah. Ah, so you guys were here after all.
Yeah.
Just like I thought.
Jeez.
I knew you guys would be here because I cast a spell to find you.
Ah.
Smoogie? Himiko? If you don't mind, can we join you in training?
Huh?
Huh? I'll train you all from the ground up so we can end this killing game together.
Huh?
We're gonna end this together?
Yeah.
Himiko and I promised Kaito.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we promised and work together in this killing game.
All right.
We can't afford to lose to despair.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Monokuma said there's no hope anymore. But he's wrong. There is hope. My friends are hope. Kaito said it best. I'm not alone. That's right, I have friends. Not just my friends here, but also friends who have died. They all gave us their hope too. That's why I'm going to live. I want to live for everyone who died. Despair cannot defeat me. I'll hold on and survive no matter what. Thank you, Kaito.
Let your sweat wash away all your sadness, fear, worry, and hardships. Just start moving your body and your pain will become memories before you know it.
Then you should train too.
Well, I don't have anything to worry about. 'Cause, I mean, I'm Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars.
Hey! No fair, Kaito!
Hey.
Oh, by the way, what happened to Kibo? Do you know where he went?
Huh?
Kibo, I don't know. Yeah, what is that guy off doing? I don't think a robot really needs to do any training. But the rest of us are here. Are here. I kinda wish he'd come too. Where is Kibo?
It's quiet. too quiet, and yet this silence is quite refreshing. I used to hear my inner voice with perfect clarity. It would fill me with the power of hope, guide me along the right path. I can't hear it anymore. All I hear now is silence. That silence means my will is now my own. Even if despair is all we have to choose, even if hope no longer exists, I will never give in to despair. I will end this. No matter what, I will force this to end. This school, this ultimate academy for gifted juveniles, is steeped in despair.
Oh. Whoa!
And I will destroy it.
What the hell, Kibo? What happened to you? What happened to you? Oh my god! Sure. Okay. Well, on to the final chapter.